guys, and welcome back to another products I regret buying. I don't want to use the word regret, but I really feel like some of these products I might not hate, but if I would have not spent the money on them and I would have rather spent my money on something else, it would have been a much better use for that. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be about. I have quite a few products to talk about. A lot of them I don't have in my collection already because I've probably used them up. A few of them I do still have and I'm still using, even though I'm not the biggest fan of them. But yeah, that's what this video is going to be about. Majorly, I wanted to share these reviews with you because if you're interested in buying any of them, then maybe you might get a little bit of a heads up on that. But yeah, let's get started with the video. The first product is one that I feel like a lot of people really like and really enjoy. So I think take my opinion with a grain of salt because I feel like I am probably the only person who did not like this at all. And I do want to say that it's a good thing that I bought this product. Like when I bought this maybe close to a year ago, I feel like I bought it starting of 2021. So it's not been that long, and thankfully I've used it up as well, even though I did not really enjoy it. But I'm talking about the Eclat Eye Serum. I don't remember what the full name of this is, but it's got a bunch of active ingredients, a bunch of great ingredients actually, and it's also got caffeine, retinol, etc. And it's mainly supposed to, I think, help with like under eye, like fine lines and wrinkles and stuff. And I don't have fine lines and wrinkles, but I have a crease right here under both my eyes. It's just like a line, and like there's a little bit of sagging. It's kind of natural again, so I don't really know if there can be done anything to like fix it. And sometimes I do notice it and it bothers me, sometimes it doesn't, and again, that's the natural anatomy of my eyes, so there isn't really anything I can do about it. But I thought, you know what, let me try this out, let me see. And I don't regret buying it because it did not do anything for that area. The reason I regret buying it is because it kind of like enters your eye eventually after some time. Once you apply it, like the product moves up, it enters your eye and it burns and stings and literally makes my eye watery. I do have sensitive eyes to the point where I actually can't wear kajal. Like I can't wear anything on my lower lash line or in my lower waterline because I have sensitive eyes, and if it gets into my eye, it's not going to be pretty. That's the only reason why you will only see me wearing liner like on the top, nothing on the bottom. And this particular product, again, it's one of the only eye creams I'm pretty sure I've tried out that gets into your eye and it burns and stings and makes my eyes super duper watery. So I tried using this as like an eye serum and making it work somehow for the longest time. It always had the same problem. Like every single day when I used it, it was just torture. And then eventually what I did is I used it just all over my face because again, it's got some great ingredients and I'm sure it did great things for my overall face, and that's how I ended up using it up. But I have never seen anyone talking about how this product can be absolutely pathetic for you if you have sensitive eyes. So that's the reason why I wanted to mention it. And again, like I mentioned, I have used it, I've used it up, and we're not going back in that direction ever again. Moving on, next, another product I have spoken about already that I absolutely do not like this product, so I'm not going to talk too much in depth about it, but I will link the video where I went a little bit more in detail on my review. But it's the Conscious Chemist Vitamin C Serum. Just to summarize my review, it smells like absolute shit. I'm sorry, but it just does. And I know a lot of vitamin C serums, like people say that they don't smell really great. I have tried out more than 15-20 vitamin C serums, and I don't think any of them have ever smelled anywhere close to how bad this particular one smells. And again, I've spoken about why I don't really like Conscious Chemist overall in general, so I'm just gonna go ahead and leave a link to the video where I spoke about it and I've reviewed this product along with some other products from them as well. So I'm gonna leave the link down below, you can go and check it out. Moving on, next we have a hair mask from Plum. So Plum has the olive and macadamia hair mask for a long time, and that one I feel like I've always gone back and forth on. I loved it, then I was like, maybe it's not as good as I thought it was because I just found better things, and that one I still do like. I think it's worth it. If you want to check it out, you definitely can, and it's not the worst thing out there. But when they launched a newer hair mask, and I think this one is called the avocado one, I think so, yes, it's called the avocado hair mask. It's the newer one, okay? And this one, I saw people like on Instagram, like other bloggers, say that it's better than the original one, and that is what got me really intrigued. I was like, I'm kind of like 50-50. I go back and forth on the olive and macadamia one, so you know what, let me try the avocado one, and maybe, you know, this is the answer, and maybe this is going to be amazing and like super duper nourishing, great. I also saw some people say that it's great for frizzy hair, and if you don't know this already, my ends are like always super duper frizzy, unless and until I don't like heat style it, which I don't ever heat style my hair. That is the only way that I can prevent frizzy hair. Otherwise my hair is always going to be frizzy, and I feel like I have kind of gotten used to that at this point. Like, I don't care if my hair is frizzy, that's just what my hair is. But when I saw them say that this hair mask is great for frizzy hair, I was like, I gotta get this, I just have to get this, and I did. And you guys, I was so underwhelmed, so underwhelmed. It's worse than the original one, the original olive and macadamia hair mask. And this is not me just trying the product like once or twice or maybe like a couple of times. No, I have used up the whole thing. The container is in my empties right now, and I will mention it at some point in a future empties video. I used up the whole thing. I tried like a bazillion times to make myself like it, and I just don't. I used it because I just had it, and I was already going through a lot with my hair, and this one, like, just forcing myself to use up the whole thing just because I had bought it, it was a struggle and it wasn't fun. And I'm happy that I'm just done with it, and I feel like I'm not going to be experimenting with a lot of hair masks anymore. I'm just going to go back to my tried and true, my favorite, which, again, very ironic that I'm saying this because I'm not a big fan of Wow in general, but the hair masks, specifically the Sunflower and Biolipids one, I bought like 2 backups. I don't know if the haul video in which I am going to show that to you is going to be up by the time this video is up or not, but you will see that eventually at some point. I'm just going to stick to that hair mask. That's it. Moving on next to, again, face. We'll go back and forth with face and hair a little bit. Moving on back to face. This one, again, I kind of feel like a hypocrite because when I did my ranking of cleansing balms video, I ranked these as my favorite cleansing balm, and now, like, I almost want to take that video down because I've mentioned this product as my favorite cleansing balm in that video, like the top 1 favorite. And I have mentioned a couple of times in different videos that I do not agree with that anymore. So yeah, I am very sorry if anyone bought these cleansing balms based on my recommendation, and again, if they worked for you, then great, because I do know that these do work for a lot of people as well. But I'm talking about the Earth Rhythm cleansing balms. Again, I've mentioned in a few videos the charcoal one. I would still say that the scent is something that when you first start using it, you will not like it. At least I personally did not like it, but the more I used it, the more I got used to it. So I'm like, theek hai, it's not that bad. And then I got the matcha green tea one because that one doesn't have as bad of a smell. But that one, again, I cannot take it anywhere close to my eye. I cannot remove my eye makeup with it because if I do, it stings my eyes. So again, I don't know what these two have in specific. I don't know what makes the matcha green tea one sting my eye because the charcoal one doesn't. So I'm sure there is some specific ingredient in the matcha green tea one only that makes it sting my eyes, and then the charcoal one, again, I don't know what they put in it that makes it smell the way it smells. Yeah, these are just my thoughts on both of them. And again, would not repurchase them for myself. I do recommend them occasionally because I do think that a lot of times cleansing balms for the most part are more like emollient, and I do feel like they should be that way because they do a better job at removing your makeup. But sometimes people don't like emollient cleansing balms, so the only time I still recommend the Earth Rhythm one to people is because if you don't like an emollient cleansing balm, you will probably like them. So that's why I mentioned in the beginning of the video that some of these products might not work for me, but that doesn't mean that they're just the worst thing out there. These are probably not the worst thing out there, but because I've discovered products that I prefer and I like more, that's why these are just not my favorites anymore. So yeah. Anyways, moving on next. The Faith and Nature shampoos. Oh my god. So basically, when I bought these, I was having a very hard time with finding cruelty-free shampoos that worked for my hair. Okay, I've loved Garnier, I've loved Tresemme. Garnier, I've loved like when I was a kid. Literally, I was like 7, 8 maybe when I used to use Garnier, and by the way, I'm 22 now, so it's like 2 decades ago. Okay, so Garnier has now completely changed up their lineup, and the shampoos now, by the way, again, I've not mentioned in this particular video, but those don't work great for me either. And back when I bought the Faith and Nature ones, I don't think Tresemme was cruelty free back then. They did go cruelty free recently, and again, I'm not very sure about the timeline, but they did go cruelty free after I bought the Faith and Nature shampoos. Okay, so when I bought these, I could not find anything cruelty free out there that worked for my hair, and I saw again a lot of people on Instagram. Like, I feel like this video could also be like an Instagram made me buy it kind of a video, because a lot of bloggers on Instagram started raving about the Faith and Nature shampoos, which are available on Sublime Life, when it had recently launched. Again, they are those SLS free, paraben free, clean shampoos, whatever. Again, nothing was working for me, and when so many people, even people with oily scalps, raved about them, I was like, maybe I should give them a shot. Maybe they're not as bad as I think. Maybe they have other surfactants that foam up really well and clean your hair really well. So I got them, and stupid me bought 2 instead of buying 1. I mean, I don't know why I do that sometimes. Like, why do I buy 2 variants? It's probably because I think कि ठीक है, अच्छा अगर एक नहीं चलेगा तो एटलीस्ट दूसरा तो चलेगा. दोनों भी नहीं चलते, और दोनों इतने बकवास है. I don't know why I started talking in Hindi suddenly, but both of them basically, again, it's a common problem with both of them, and that is that they do not lather up, foam up at all, and I just feel like they don't clean my hair. Like, even if I use half a bottle of shampoo just to wash my hair once, I still feel like it's not gonna clean my hair well enough. So yeah, for what the price is, for even though, like, even with offers and discounts and everything, if a product is just not cleaning my hair, and if I have to use so much product just to wash my hair once, even if it's like offer, discount, affordable, whatever, it's still not worth it. So yeah, Faith and Nature shampoos, big no for me. Okay, so another product that was just a pretty big disappointment, and it was so disappointing that I had to like declutter it literally after using it 3 times, and that is the Z-Block sunscreen. Now I was really optimistic that this would work because I had done a lot of research on all the sunscreens that I bought recently. This one had just a weird consistency and texture. The main reason why I didn't like it was because I felt like for the amount of product that you should be using, if you actually take that much product and apply it all over your face, my face just looked like an oily, greasy mess. And when you're applying it all over your face, I did notice when I take it off, so when I'm taking off the sunscreen at the end of the day and I'm washing my face off, my eyes kind of burn and stung. So I don't know if the sunscreen was kind of entering my eyes when I was removing it at the end of the day. Now keep in mind, if you are wearing this throughout the day and you're not wearing any makeup on top, and I know people say this, that if you have a sunscreen that enters your eye and it like stings your eye, use powder to like set under the eye so the sunscreen won't enter your eye. I do wear makeup, so I've never faced that kind of problem. Like, the sunscreen had never entered my eye the few times that I did wear it, but when I was taking it off, I feel like that is when it entered my eye, and my eye always stung to the point where all the 3 days when I was wearing it, it would just never like go away. Like I had to pretty much take off my sunscreen, remove all my makeup, do my nighttime skincare routine, and just go to bed immediately, which is not the case because I typically do my nighttime skincare routine at around 8:30. Like that's when I come back home from work. So yeah, I have my dinner, I chill around a little bit, and then I go to bed. But with this sunscreen, I would pretty like on days when I would wear the sunscreen in the daytime, I would have to pretty much eventually like immediately go to bed after doing my nighttime skincare routine, because my eyes would just sting for hours till the time I would go to bed. So I do think it's a sunscreen, it wasn't the makeup remover, it wasn't anything else, because these are all products I've continued using even after and I never had a problem. I only faced the problem on the 3 days that I was wearing this sunscreen. So yeah, that's why it was just a no-no for me. I just could not deal with it and I just decluttered it. So yeah, that was that. Moving on next. Anyways, moving on next to a product that this could have worked for me in a certain situation, but I just feel like there was a lack of transparency when it came to the way the brand communicated about it in general. So I'm talking about Earth Rhythm, which you guys know is one of my favorite brands. The owner of the brand is the sweetest woman ever. So I don't know if it was a lack on her part or the marketing team or the team who handles the website. I don't know what it was, but it just left a bad taste in my mouth. That doesn't mean I'm going to never use anything from Earth Rhythm ever. I'm just going to stay away from certain products per se. Okay, I'm sorry I got interrupted, but I think what I was saying earlier was about the Earth Rhythm product that I was disappointed by. I'm not sure if I mentioned what it was, but let me tell you what it is. It's the Glow Boost Concentrate. So when they repackaged their whole brand and like came up with a new packaging, new concept, new everything, they introduced something called face concentrates, which basically every face concentrate that they have is like a face serum, but it's in a different packaging. I really love the packaging that they have for their face concentrates, and because I loved the azelaic acid one so much that I got, I really wanted to get the Glow Boost one as well. So the Glow Boost Concentrate is basically, I think, 20% L-ascorbic acid, which again, I have kind of been seeing a lot of dermatologists talk about how when you talk about the benefits of vitamin C and all the research, all the data that there is surrounding it, it is all for L-ascorbic acid. The derivatives are not bad, but they are not necessarily the best either. And when I say the best, of course, like L-ascorbic acid is the gold standard, and that is again the one that has the most data. So when you're talking about the benefits and you reference and like give the data as a source, you are really kind of being misleading if you are saying that like a stabilized derivative of vitamin C will do the same thing for you that traditional vitamin C will do. So again, there is a lot of controversy, everyone has their own opinion. I don't think that derivatives are necessarily bad, but a lot of times when I've been using vitamin C, I've been using the derivatives, and maybe that's why I haven't noticed I don't have a great experience with vitamin C. And a part of the reason might be that because I've been using the derivatives. So that's the reason why I really wanted to get like a vitamin C with L-ascorbic acid itself. That's the reason why I thought, let me get this one. And the reason why I was really excited to try out the product was not just because of the ingredient list and the L-ascorbic acid, but also because the face concentrates have a really unique texture. So basically it's like a silicone gel. That's what I was expecting the Glow Boost Concentrate to be, because I have the azelaic acid one, which is also like that, and I got my mom the retinoid, which is also like that. And when I was researching about the Glow Boost one, the description of the product on the website also said that it would be like a thick gel-like consistency. So when I received the Glow Boost Concentrate in like a watery serum form, I was kind of disappointed, to be very, very honest. So I mailed the brand, I DM'd them as well on Instagram, and we kind of went back and forth, I think for like 2 or 3 days maybe, kind of really discussing why exactly this is the way it is. And let me tell you, Earth Rhythm has always been great. If any of the product ever has an issue, they will replace it, refund it, they would solve your problem instantly, which is something I love about them. So that's why I was not like, I had higher expectations and hopes that maybe the one that I got was maybe a bad one and they would replace it, refund it, they would do something. But then they let me know that they actually changed the formulation, because when they came up with the L-ascorbic acid face concentrate in a silicone gel formula, they were having certain issues with it. They had received complaints, and that is why the cosmetic formulators who are formulating the products decided to go with a different consistency of the product, which again I do understand. If just because of the consistency the formulation in itself is getting ruined, then I understand why you would change up things. But I would have expected that they would update the website, because when someone is buying something, they're probably going through all of these things in detail before they're buying something. And these face concentrates are not cheap, they're pretty expensive. They're around 1,500 to 2,000 bucks depending on which one you're getting. So it's kind of like almost high-end pricing. So that's the reason why I was a little bit disappointed that they did not mention this clearly on the website. And that's the reason why I was really disappointed, and that's the reason why I'm mentioning this in my products I regret buying video, because I do kind of regret buying it, if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, that was that. Moving on, we have 3 more products. Today is the day of interruptions. I don't know what else to tell you, but we have 3 more products left, so I'm just going to quickly try my best to go through them. So the first one out of those 3, again, I've mentioned in the past, I think in a favorites and fails video, like a monthly favorites and fails video, with the Indus Valley deodorant that I'm currently using. I actually ended up buying the men's variant in this one, and that's particular reason why, again, I wished that I would have been a little bit more cautious before placing my order, and I would have just read the description better. I don't blame the brand or the product for this. I think it is my own personal fault. If I would have got a different variant, I would have probably liked it more. But this is the Deep Forest variant, and again, it has that masculine smell to it, which I'm not the biggest fan of. So whenever I'm applying it, it's kind of not my favorite, but it does the job, it does what it's supposed to do. So the rest of it is totally fine. I have absolutely no problem with it. It's just that I wish I would have bought a better variant. So even though this was like what, 300 bucks, and I'm pretty sure I got like some offer on this as well, the little bit of money I spent, I wished I would not have. I would have rather bought a better, different variant of the same product. Talking about deodorants, we also have one more product that is kind of similar, and this is one that I'm pretty sure a lot of you might be shocked that I don't like, because I love everything else that smells like this. I just don't like this particular product, and again, I love the scent, I just don't like the way the product is made. So I'm talking about the Plum Body Lovin' Deodorizing Pit Creams, and I got the Hawaiian Rumba variant. They have 2 variants, they have Vanilla Vibes and they have Hawaiian Rumba. If you know me, you would know that obviously I'm gonna get the Hawaiian Rumba one. I mean, it smells absolute freakingly delicious. I love that, and you can see I've used a lot of this. It comes with the spatula as well, which I do use. I normally don't tend to use these. Even they give you the same thing with their cleansing balm, and I just crucify my finger inside the tub. But with this particular product, I do actually use this, because I feel like you get the perfect amount of product to apply on your pits. So you can see I've used a lot of it. In fact, I'm very close to being done with it as well, and I really tried hard to fall in love with this. But the reason I don't like it is because the application. Again, when I was using this earlier, I had shorter nails. Now I have grown my nails, and I definitely would not like. So basically how I apply this is, I take the spatula, I put it inside this, I take the product on here, then I apply it on my finger, and then once the product is on my finger, I like massage my pits, and that's how I get this product in my armpits. When you have longer nails, it's more likely that all the product will just get into like your fingernails, which is gross in a way, but again, you're not really getting the product where it should be. So I think that is one of the problems that I have with this. Again, if you have smaller nails, I feel like that wouldn't bother you as much. Another thing is I just wish that they would have come up with just a regular deodorant, like something like this, instead of coming up with like a deodorizing pit cream like in a tub packaging. I just don't like the packaging. I just wish that they would have come with the exact same product in this sort of like a roll-on packaging, because then this would become like my favorite go-to like holy grail deodorant if they would have come out with it in like this packaging. And I'm hoping and praying that they listen somehow. I don't know if I'm the only person who has this problem or if other people also have a similar complaint, but Plum, if you're listening, please come up with the deodorant in this packaging. Like, I would love you for the rest of my life if you would do that. Please. So yeah, that's the only reason why I wanted to try it out. Anything Hawaiian Roomba they make, I will buy, but yeah, I just wish it was a different format. It would have been a game changer, trust me. Moving on next to another product that Instagram made me buy, and this is the last product, so yeah, you won't have to hear any more of that in this video. But this is by the brand Flossom. Now, I have been trying, like, I've wanted to try something from this brand for a long time. Their hair masks were the products I really wanted to get, and I do have one of their hair masks that I am trying out. But this is not the hair mask. This is their Mean Clean Scalp Exfoliating Pre-Shampoo Treatment with 3% salicylic acid and plant extracts. This is what it looks like, and again, I'm sure you've seen a lot of people on Instagram talking about how amazing this is for build up in the scalp, for just deep cleaning your scalp, and a bunch of other things. The main reason why I got this is because I do get dry shampoo build up in my hair as well a lot of times, and I just thought that this would help in deep cleaning my hair a little bit more. And I've also been noticing a lot of like flaking issues in my scalp. Again, I don't know what it is, but my scalp has been very flaky recently, so I just thought that this would overall in general help in cleaning the scalp a lot. And do keep in mind that I've only used this product once till now, so I can't really tell you if this is effective in what it does or not, because again, I've just used it once. But the reason it's in my products I regret buying video is because you require a lot of product just for one use. Like, I want to show you how much I've used. I am right here. This is how much I have used in just one use, and mark my words, you guys, I feel like I'm gonna use this like 5 times, like 4 more times, and the bottle is gonna be empty. This is priced at rupees 545, and again, I do send a lot of my empties to Sublime Life for them to recycle it, and I have a ton of points accumulated. So when I bought this, I did get a great offer or discount on it. But that doesn't mean that products like the Faith in Nature shampoos or this particular product can justify the price. Just because it's a good offer and a discount, that doesn't mean I'm gonna buy something, just use it like 4 or 5 times and completely empty up the bottle. So I just wish that they would have come up with some way where I would not have to use as much product. Again, I don't use this like all over my length. I mean, if I had long hair and I had to use this all over my length, I understand that it's not exactly the product's fault. But you guys, this I'm just using on my scalp, like all over my scalp. I'm just having to massage this, and I am requiring so much product just for one use. That is what makes me not be able to like justify buying it, because if I'm even using this like once in a week, like they say you can use this once or twice in a week, if I'm using this even once in a week, it basically means I'm gonna have to go through 1 bottle every month ish, you can say. That is a lot of waste to produce, especially when we're talking about sustainability, recycling, God knows what not. So yeah, that's my main problem with this. My main problem and the reason I regret buying. I will obviously use up the whole thing in a few months. I'm not going to use it once every week, because then I will definitely go through it very soon. So I'm going to use it maybe once in a month, twice in a month. I will use it up, and I will share with you if I do think that it's effective or not. If you can justify buying this once in a month, go ahead. I'm no one to tell you how to live your life. I just can't live that life. So yeah, that was it for the last product, and those are all the products that I kind of regret spending my money on. So yeah, that was it for the video. I'm really sorry that this video is so freaking long, but I had so many things to talk about, and I really want to get in detail and talk about why I did not like a particular thing. So yeah, it is what it is. The video is long. I don't know what else to tell you, but yeah, thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye.